Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone, especially to our instructor mom. My name is Siti Johanna P. Mamadra. I am the fourth reporter from Group 3 and I will be discussing the elements of one act play. So before we proceed to our discussion, let me introduce first the learning outcomes. At the end of this lesson, the student should be able to A. Define a one-act play and describe its key characteristics. B. Identify the essential elements of one-act play, plot, characters, setting, them, and language. And C. Understand how these elements work together to create an effective one-act play. Okay, so our topic today, class, is all about the elements of one-act play. So, in elements of one-act play, we have the plot, character, them, setting, and language. Okay, so the first is the plot. Plot is one-act play must have one central plot. Second is it needs to have the conflict that is resolved by the end. And third, it needs to be a complete, compact drama with the beginning, middle, and end. So, class, when you say plot in one act play, it is the very important. It's the main storyline of the play for what happens from the beginning to end. So, there are the three important things to remember, like what I had mentioned earlier. So the first is the one central plot. And one central plot, a one act play focuses on the just one main story. It doesn't have side stories like longer plays. So this helps keep it short and clear. Second is the conflict that is resolved. So the story needs a conflict or a problem. The character must face something difficult, a misunderstanding, a tough decision, a challenge, or even a fight. By the end of the play, this problem must be solved or clearly ended. So the third is the complete and compact. One act play must feel complete even though it's short. It still needs a beginning. It is where we meet the characters and learn the setting. And the middle is where the conflicts happen, and the end where the conflict is resolved. Okay, so the next is them. Them, it focuses on the subject of the play. The playwright's directions, dialogues, and other aspects of communication it often lead. It could be both implicit and explicit at the same time. And the playwright's point is conveyed through them. So class, when you say them, it refers to the central topic of underlying message of a play. It is what the play is really about at its core, such as love, freedom, betrayal, or justice. So the subject of the play is what the them focuses. The playwright is the person who wrote the play and use stage directions, dialogue, characters, and plot to express the them. Also, the them is can be explicit, meaning to say it is clearly stated, or implicit, the suggested or the hinted at, or sometimes it is both implicit and explicit. So it also ultimately them reveals the playwright's message or the viewpoint about the particular issue or idea. So the third is the character. Character is a one-act play will have four or fewer characters that are developed in varying degrees. Depending on the story you are trying to tell, there may be one or more main characters. So, class, the characters in one-act play refers to the people or sometimes animals or objects. in a play who perform the action and deliver the dialogue. So, in one act play, there are usually four or fewer characters. So, these characters can be developed to different extents. Some maybe have more detailed personalities or the backgrounds than the others. So, the number of main characters depends on the story. There could be one main character or more than one, depending on what the playwrights want to focus on. The fourth is setting. Setting is a one-act play, usually should be set in a single location. So, in one-act play class, setting is refers to where and when the action of a play takes place. No? So, in one-act play, the setting is usually limited to a single location. This helps keep the story simple and focused, since there's not much time to shift between the places. Single seating is also makes it easier to stage and perform the play, especially with the fewer scenes and characters. The last is language. Each language is straightforward and easy to understand. The dialogue must be purposeful. The most effective dialogue achieves clear objectives, and each words must be carefully selected and phrases must be concise and reduced. So, and language in one act play class is the one act play is simple, clear, and direct. Since the play is short, every time of the dialogue must have the purpose. So the dialogue is what the character says, should be easy to understand and straightforward, so the audience can follow the story easily. And each line must be purposeful, meaning it should help develop the plot, reveal the character, or express them. And it also the best dialogue is the kind that clearly achieve its goal, whether it's to show the emotion or the create attention or move the story forward. Because time is limited, so every word must be chosen carefully, and the line must be concise, short, and direct to the point, with unnecessary words. So here are my reference, and I think that's all for my part. Thank you for watching and have a nice day, everyone.